A recent report revealed that Roman Reigns will be out of a WWE ring for an indefinite period of time, but will be working on the developing Bloodline storyline that is happening right now, as well as a WWE veteran backs Trick Williams after some heated comments came out online from Dave Meltzer, and we're going to break it all down for you coming up on this episode of Wrestle Digest. But before we get into it, we got to say that 89% of you guys watching these videos aren't subscribed to the channel, so if you're looking for a home, second, third home for wrestling content here on YouTube, you've found the right place for it right here at Wrestle Digest. We're going to be here daily, bringing you updates, news, rumors, everything that's happening around the wrestling world. You'll find it right here on the channel, so you're not going to miss out on it. So make sure down below, hit that subscribe button. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, which is Roman Reigns working behind the scenes. And yes, Brady, we see here from WrestleVotes on Twitter, on X, they say, I'm told that although Roman Reigns will be off TV for an indefinite period of time, he will still have substantial creative input in the evolving Bloodline storyline over the course of the next few months. So it seems here, Brady, that Roman Reigns is going to be out for quite a period of time. We've seen him filming movies now in Hollywood, but I still think it's great that he's going to be a part of whatever transpires here with the Bloodline, and I think he's going to do a great job with it.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen Roman carry the company on his back for so long through the COVID times. And I mean, I really was hoping that they were going to give Roman that extra little bit of a push to break Hogan's run. But I understand Hollywood calls, Roman. So even though Roman's going to be in the film industry now for a little while, probably the reason he won't be in the ring is, due to contract or whatever. But definitely nice to see that he's still going to be having a creative hand with the Bloodline because, the tribal chief is the tribal chief. And in my opinion, the tribal chief is always cooking. So definitely excited to see Roman's involvement backstage.
Yeah, definitely. And the only advertised kind of in-ring thing we have for Roman Reigns right now is on August 2nd, I believe. It is the Friday Night Smackdown before SummerSlam. I think that's the next time that he will appear in the ring. So that kind of, leaves us pretty much all summer, like June, July, to, for this Bloodline story to keep bubbling over and keep going. So I think it's great that he's going to have a deal of input in this because obviously him and Paul Heyman were the guys who created this. And I mean, over the last 3 years, it has been one of the most dominant factions in quite some time. So having his input into what happens here is going to be really fun to see what happens. But I think what they're ultimately leading up to is either Survivor Series, maybe even WrestleMania 41, where Solo Sikoa and Tonga and these guys kind of it kind of all culminates at WrestleMania, where Jimmy and Jay and Roman kind of face off against The Rock, Solo Sikoa, and Tonga as kind of the new Bloodline versus the OG Bloodline, which I'm really excited for. I think this could be a banger of a match for sure.
Absolutely. We're talking the Samoans here. We've seen the heartfelt emotion go into these promos and these matches. We've had the Jimmy and Jay. We've had the Roman and Jay. Sammy, the honorary Uce, when we seen him and all the emotion there. I mean, it's just so easy to get invested with these guys. And as Roman said in his documentary of WWE Legends, he was in this and he wanted to take this and not only catapult himself, but to catapult the Bloodline per se. He wanted to bring Jay and he wanted to bring Jimmy and he wanted to bring Solo in. He wanted to give everybody that rise with him. And it's very, very oozy of Roman, to say the least, to want to see everyone elevate and do well. And like we say here, the Bloodline, the family tree, it seems never ending sometimes. So as many people, I think, as we can get involved into this, the better. Bring in Jacob Fatu, bring Rikishi even, not to be in the ring. He doesn't have to be in the ring. It could just be a manager role. Step in with the Usos, if we're going to see that heel version of the Bloodline taking on maybe a Rock's version of the Bloodline. So the opportunities are endless, and I'm stoked to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think over these next couple of months while Roman is away, I think we will see the tribal prince Solo Sikoa kind of take the reins of the bloodline and kind of shape it into his own sort of bloodline, which will then culminate with Roman Reigns coming back with the OG bloodline, and maybe, like, I think it's going to lead to whether it's a War Games match or it's just a, bloodline rules Civil War match at WrestleMania 41, which I'm super stoked on. Like you said, try to get everybody in here like you can from this bloodline. I think it would be really fun to see. Umaga's son would be really cool. I know he's young, but I think this would be, a nice way to introduce him into the WWE universe if he's ready to be a full-time competitor. I think this is just going to be a great feud that develops over the summer, really, and it's really going to be a fun one to see how it plays out, especially with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman with their hands in the creative on this. I think it's really going to be a fun one to see, but we want to hear from you guys. Let us know, what do you think's going to happen here? What's going to unfold with the bloodline? Let us know your opinions and stuff down below in the comment section. We'd love to hear it from you. But we're going to get to the next topic of the video today, which is WWE veteran backs Trick Williams. And yes, we see from Dave Meltzer, he had some comments of Trick Williams after the main event of NXT. He said, Trick isn't that good. That's the reality. He's got incredible charisma, but you put him in a main event match. He said, granted, he did not look really good against Ilya Dragunov, but Ilya is one of those people that gives you a false perception of the ability of the other person. It's like wrestling Ric Flair or a tag team wrestling the Young Bucks. You always look better. You see all the tag teams against the Young Bucks and think these guys are great, but they're never great against anybody else. And Ilya is the same way. But we did have a WWE veteran that kind of backed Trick Williams here, and that was Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin said, Trick is dope and gets better every time he steps in the ring. Charisma connects you to the people. The people buy your merch and tune in to see you. They don't give a, if you're the best technical wrestler ever. Trick will be extremely successful. And Brady, we've seen Dave Meltzer have these bold takes over and over again. Sometimes he has, he's right. Sometimes he's extremely wrong. But hearing this from Baron Corbin, a guy who's been on the main roster for a while, then now is back on NXT, hearing that he thinks Trick Williams has the potential to be, a big star on the main roster. I mean, he's kind of backing him here and saying, hey, don't judge my guy Trick because you don't know what he's got coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, definitely. Props to Baron Corbin for speaking up about Trick Williams as well. I've never been overly fond of wrestling critics myself. I feel everyone's opinion is valid when it comes to their own opinion and what they like, about the business. Just because I don't like Damian Priest doesn't mean someone else in the world doesn't love Damian Priest. And that's very well okay, because I know a lot of people are hating on the tribal chief and have been hating on the tribal chief, but I'm always going to acknowledge our tribal chief here on Wrestle Digest. But no doubt, the critics it's weird. It's a weird one. He's always praising up the Young Bucks. I do love the Young Bucks in the ring myself, but he has his handful of people that he usually commutes to. I find Dave Meltzer does. So to see Baron Corbin come out and stand up for Trick Williams, who absolutely has the fans on his side, and I would say has the most charisma ever now that he's ever had in his career. So props to Baron Corbin, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. It's great to see, this guy who's been there for so long come out and back him when he's, kind of getting, slandered in the media a little bit, I guess you could say, saying like he isn't good enough. But I mean, for someone who watches NXT pretty frequently, I think that Trick Williams has so much talent. I didn't really know where, Meltzer was coming from here. Like you said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion on different guys and stuff. And obviously, Dave Meltzer has been watching wrestling a lot longer than me and you have. But I think Trick Williams has something special here. You got the fans coming out in the Thunderdome with the whoop that trick, and you got Booker T with those amazing ad-libs. And now, he's going to be propelled after winning that steel cage match on Tuesday into a title match against Ilya Dragunov, a guy who I think is going to be called up to the main roster soon. So there is a chance for Trick to win this NXT championship and see how he does with a main title run, which I think he will really excel at. I mean, he has, like you said, so much charisma. When your finishing move is called the trick shot, I mean, that's just, that's just going to be a catchy one for sure. But I got all faith in Trick Williams, and like you said, it's great to see one of these veteran guys kind of step up and just, back him and say, this guy's only young, but he has a lot of charisma, and he has the fans on his side.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to be a little disheartening for Trick to see, oh, well, he's not that good, but put him in the main event with, what's his name? Who's the main event again?
Carmelo Hayes.
Ilya?
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes, yeah. You put him in with these guys, man, and sure, he's going to look good, but listen, wrestling is not all about the technicality, and I don't care what anybody says. There's many levels to it, and technical wrestling is just one step.
Yeah, and the fans always remember the charisma. They remember the character more than they remember the wrestling matches. I mean, just for one guy that just popped into my head, I don't know why, but Santino Marella, man, the Cobra. Everybody remembers Santino Marella with the, the unitard and the Cobra sock puppet. Everybody remembers that. Nobody remembers, that he got put out quick in the Royal Rumble. I mean, I guess some people do remember that, but it's just the charisma. It's, the way you interact with the fans is what really people are going to remember. Like, if you look, say, 20 years down the line and you look back at Shinsuke Nakamura, people aren't going to be like, oh, I remember that Monday Night Raw match against, Bronson Reed. They're going to remember his theme song. That's what he's going to be known for. Obviously a phenomenal wrestler, but, that's what connects you with the fans, and that's what people remember about you. And this is what I think Trick has. He has that whoop that trick. It's going to be loud once he comes to the main roster. And the same with R-Truth. He went away from the WWE for a while and came back, and everybody was still with the what's up, because people remember the charisma, what connects you to the fans, and that's what makes you a star in this business. And I think Trick has it. And that's enough for me ranting about Trick Williams, because I hate the Trick Williams slander. I think this guy is so good, and I want to hear your guys' opinions. Are you agreeing with me here? Do you think he's good? Are you on the side of Dave Meltzer? Let me know down below. Love to hear what your thoughts on Trick Williams are, but we're going to get everybody's favorite topic here on the channel, which is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to Naughty Girl Styles. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but she says Roman is coming back as face because they will have to build up to Rock versus Roman. Definitely Jimmy will be going back to his brother as a face, and Jay with Roman will go against Solo, Tonga, and The Rock at some point. And appreciate the comment there, Naughty Girl. Appreciate showing your support here on the channel, and I thought that was a great comment that kind of sums up everything we kind of talked about in this video, Brady.
Absolutely. Thanks for bringing in a perfect conclusion to the video for us, because as we mentioned a little earlier on, we would love to see that Survivor Series matchup take place, or even if we had to wait till WrestleMania, I'm fine with that too. But definitely looking forward to seeing what the future holds for the Bloodline, Naughty Girl, for sure.
Me too, man. I can't wait to see what happens here. It's really going to be a fun story to watch over these next couple of months. It's going to be a fun one. And if you guys want to be featured on the next comment of the day, make sure to go down below, comment about something we talked about in this video, or just comment where you're watching from. We love seeing where you guys are tuning in from all over the world. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we're going to be here every day, maybe multiple times a day, bringing you updates on everything that's happened around the wrestling world, so you don't want to miss out on that. Go down below and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to check out a video we did the other day talking about Roman Reigns going to Hollywood, it'll be popping up on your screen right now. But as always, I've been your host KC, alongside my co-host Brady. We'll catch you in the next one.